Is Dr. Nicola Prendergast, and I'm the Bachelor of Arts of Psychology program chair and an assistant professor at the University of Arizona Global Campus, with my co-host Susan Gould, who is an assistant professor and the department head of financial operations professions. We are pleased to welcome you to this workshop titled The Power Within: Cultivating Self-Awareness Through Yoga, Breathwork, and Reflection with Phelicia Price. Phelicia S. Price is an associate faculty member in the Department of Financial Operations Professions, and she's taught economics for 16 years. A 500-hour registered yoga teacher, 500 RYT since 2017, Phelicia is dedicated to making mindfulness accessible to all. Her teaching philosophy grows from her own journey navigating corporate stress and health challenges. She believes a true culture of care begins within, and that we can all find our way back to balance one intentional breath at a time. Please join us in welcoming Phelicia Price.
Thank you so much, Nicole. I appreciate that. Welcome, everybody. I'm very excited to have you here to take some time to spend with yourself. And so let me go ahead and share with you what the next few minutes will look like as we spend time with one another. We will begin with a body scan meditation. We will also move through a few breathing exercises, and then we'll have a few journal prompts. So if you don't have any paper or pen nearby, make sure that you grab some so that you'll have that. Actually, I'm thinking we might journal in between the body scan and the breath work, just so that it's fresh on your mind to reflect. So there'll be a body scan meditation, a little bit of reflection time, and then we'll move through some breathing exercises. So if you are in your seat, I invite you to come closer to the edge of it as we move through this body scan meditation. There are lots of versions of meditation. There are some for relaxation, but this is much more one to focus going inward and just noticing how you're feeling without judgment, just being aware, kind of checking in with yourself. So before we do that, let's actually close our eyes, or you're welcome to look down at the tip of your nose, and let's take 3 intentional inhales and exhales together. So let's take a deep breath in, breathing through your nose, filling your belly up with air. And then exhale, sigh it out. Breathing in. Exhale, release. And one more time, breathe in. And exhale completely. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed for this body scan meditation if you're comfortable. But again, if that's not comfortable for you, try looking at the tip of your nose or just having a soft gaze so that you can eliminate distractions and go inward. So we're going to simply begin at our feet, just noticing how we feel. Just bring your awareness there. Kind of notice your grounding, the earth beneath you, and just kind of take a moment to shift your energy and feel supported. And kind of just breathe into that. And if you like to add a little bit of gratitude as we're moving through these body parts, even think about what you appreciate about them. Your feet possibly allow you to move throughout the world. They were allowed you to get up this morning, walk to the shower, walk to your car, drive to work. So just taking a moment to find gratitude for our feet and find our grounding. And then as you're sitting there, just kind of moving up your legs, maybe your hands are resting on your thighs. Are your fists clenched, or are you allowing your hands to be at rest? A lot of times, this is where we hold a lot of responsibility, but this is also where we hold our loved ones, where we carry that culture of care for others. So just take a moment to find a little bit of release there. If your palms are resting upwards, just let your fingertips just fall in naturally, bringing your focus to your neck and your shoulders, a very large place where we hold a lot of tension. Actually, take a moment to take a big inhale and draw your shoulders all the way up towards your ears. And as you exhale, just allow gravity to pull them down and away. Take a moment. Notice how you're feeling in that space in between your shoulders. We do a lot of things that are shoulder forward, texting, driving, typing. So taking a minute to take the shoulders back, tuck the chin in, and find your gratitude for that front part of your body where your heart rests. Moving up to your jaw, your face, holding a lot of tension here, releasing the jaw, removing the tongue from the roof of your mouth, kind of ironing out that space in between the brows and allowing your face to almost melt, to get heavy, to feel relaxed. Allow your belly to grow large as you inhale. All the things that society tells us to fight against, big bellies and sagging faces, but allowing your face to relax is important. Breathing and allowing your belly to expand is important. So always remember that. And as we move all the way back up into our facial expressions, if you're ready to begin blinking your eyes open and taking a moment, and you don't have to rush. If you'd like to keep your eyes closed for just a few cycles of breath longer, and just really take in how you're feeling in your body right now. As you took time to get away from doing and taking time to just be. Being comfortable with self, comfortable with silence, comfortable without constant stimulation. Checking in with everyone else from your family to your students to your colleagues, taking this moment, just another cycle of breath to continue checking in with self. All right. Blink your eyes open, take your time, grab your pencil and paper, or if you just happen to have your journal nearby. And we'll start with our first journal prompt, which is a reflection of this body scan. What is one physical sensation or area of tension you've been ignoring that is asking for your attention? And thank you, Susan, is also adding the prompts in the chat. But I'll repeat, what is one physical sensation or area of tension you've been ignoring that is asking for your attention? And we will have 4.5 minutes of silent time to reflect on this body scan. And I'd like to also encourage you to make this a writing exercise where you, as soon as you put your pen on the paper, you just keep writing and you don't take it off. Kind of that continuous unconscious writing, subconscious writing. So even if you're writing, I'm not sure how I felt, write, I'm not sure how I felt, because that's going to be important when you reflect. Right, pencils and papers down just for a moment, and we're going to switch gears and move towards our breath and being present, which is my favorite part of mindfulness. As I'm always telling my yoga students in class, the breath is never in the past and it's never in the future. So simply focusing on the current inhale and exhale that you're taking is a great way to stay present, not dreaming about things of the past or worrying about the future. So for our breathing exercises, I wanted to share one that was based in feeling grounded, and then another that was much more for stress relief and relaxation. For our first breath, it's a 5-5-5 breath. And even if you don't remember the numbers, you could do 3-3-3, 4-4-4. It's simply having the same length of inhale, hold, and exhale. So what we'll do is inhale for the count of 5, hold for the count of 5, and then exhale for the count of 5. And we'll do it 5 times. I'll count out loud for the first 2 rounds. And then for the last 3, kind of in your head on your own. That way you can kind of move with the own rhythm of your breath, taking those 5 inhales, holding for the count of 5, and then exhaling for 5. And just finding a way to even your breath is a great way to find grounding. When you're feeling a little bit erratic, maybe work has, you've got a lot of tabs open, both on your computer and mentally, and you just need to slow down. And a lot of times people will just simply say, just take a second and breathe, which is great. But if you can intentionally find even inhalations and exhalations, it's a great way to bring yourself down to an even level to focus back on work. So let's take a nice inhale together, deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and sigh it out. And inhale for the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue on your own in your head with the count. When you're done, you can simply blink your eyes open. Just take a moment, maybe notice how you feel. And maybe if this is your first time doing breathing exercises, you were too worried about how many did I count? Was it 5? Am I inhaling or am I exhaling? Which is perfectly normal. It's always just more important that you're breathing. But don't worry about that. Usually 5 times is much more an introductory. If this is something that you do, maybe you set your phone a limit for maybe 3 to 5 minutes. That way you don't have to think about how long you're doing it. And then just take your time, get into the rhythm. Inhaling for 5, holding for 5, and exhaling for 5. The next breathing exercise that I love, it's one of my favorites. It's the 4-7-8 breath. And once again, if you don't remember the numbers, it's okay. It's more important that we're inhaling for 4, we're holding for 7, but we're exhaling for 8. So it's exhaling twice as long as your inhale. And what I love about this is when something dramatic happens or bad or just shocking happens, and you can hear someone take an inhale, even if you're not looking in the direction, if you just hear someone go, then you know like something has happened. So if someone takes a deep breath in, it triggers not just their parasympathetic nervous system, but yours as well for that fight, flight, or freeze. So taking a big inhalation is what invites those thoughts of, I'm not safe. Then what would then induce safety? And the answer is extension in the exhale. So that's what's beautiful about the 4-7-8 breath. It is intentionally bringing your nervous system into a state of relaxation, the way you would feel getting a massage or a pedicure when you're not thinking about danger at all. So that's the next breath exercise we're going to do. Once again, we'll just take a nice inhale and exhale together. I'll count the first 2, 4, 7, and 8. And then from there, I really want you to focus more on inhaling, whatever that count is for you, holding, and then trying to exhale twice as long as your inhale. Relax your shoulders. Try not to think too hard about if you're doing it right, and just think about extending your exhale. All right, so let's take a deep breath in together. Exhale and sigh it out. We're inhaling for 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And see if you can do 2 more rounds on your own, just counting in your mind. And take your time, blinking your eyes open. Maybe you want to take one more round on your own. If you're ready to reflect, we're going to move into our second journal prompt. How does showing up for yourself with breath and presence today change the way you show up for your students or colleagues tomorrow? How does showing up for yourself with breath and presence today change the way you show up for your students or colleagues tomorrow. And I'm setting this just for 2.5 minutes because I want to make sure I allow for questions. All right. That is just the end of that particular journal prompt. And I'm not sure if we'll get to the next one. So, Susan, if you don't mind adding that third journal prompt in the chat, just so everyone has it so they can think about a micro boundary. And just to make sure that we have time for questions, um, I'd just like to open up the floor or see if there's anything in the chat. Otherwise, we can use the remaining time for the third prompt, and I'm perfectly fine with collective silence.
Phelicia, can you share an example of a micro boundary?
Absolutely. For myself, I would say one that I hold very true to is since emails, your work emails come to your phone, setting the boundary on my phone that work emails I don't see them till 8 a.m. and then 5 p.m. they stop. Now, if I'm just still working on my laptop because I'm choosing to and I'm answering emails, that's one thing, but just kind of having that boundary, especially since other than yoga, I am working at home. So that even starts with having a nice dedicated office space or corner so that you don't feel like your home and work are meshing together so much. So setting boundaries like that. Another one is not answering text right away. Even if you know you want to say yes, just taking a pause, taking a breath. I learned early on in my teaching, if I started answering emails from students early, next thing I know, I'm in a back and forth conversation. And sometimes my favorite thing is, that was on the syllabus. I'm going to give them a minute to see. And then 2 hours later, I found it, email. So sometimes setting the boundary is also beneficial for others, so it's things like that, little micro boundaries, things that other people may not even know, but you're doing for yourself for self-care. Thank you for asking, Susan.
One micro boundary I have is that I do not share locations from my phone because I found that if it just made me, I don't know, even with my family, my husband, I just don't. People don't need it. We don't need that. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna run to the corner and get a coffee or an ice cream. No one needs to know but me.
absolutely. Absolutely. I could do an entire TED talk about why I miss my landline and hate being tied to my phone. And it's just people want immediate reactions. And I'm like, I could be at the movies, I could be washing dishes, I could just not feel like talking. And all of those things are okay, but people want that instant gratification even from other people. So it's just setting those boundaries.
If there's any other questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. Just to thank you that those were great examples, Phelicia.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I have a question. I have tried some of the meditation apps and things, but it's like my brain knows it's pre-recorded and it's not. I mean, it is a human being, but it just feels, and then it just doesn't work. So, how do I get my brain to accept the recorded meditations?
I love that question. That's a really good question. And I'm laughing because as much as I'm fine teaching all the vinyasa flows at my studio, everyone who knows me knows this right here, the meditation, the journaling, that's really my jam. But unfortunately, that's just not what people want to pay for in person. It's just very hard. I have one restorative class a month, and I'm happy when 15 people show up. So it's just unfortunate that people aren't seeing the value yet, that all we have now is a virtual option just to give something to people who are looking, who are seeking. The other thing I might offer is looking at different types of meditation. Two of my favorite types of meditation are walking meditation. Because it allows for movement. That is something that you can do well in groups, but also alone. And also candle meditation, which I learned through working with people that have trauma as far as closing the eyes. And the beautiful thing about candle meditation is as simple as just having a candle in front of you at eye level, and you watch the flame. So you still have something that you're focused on. When your eyes are closed, it's usually your breath or a mantra, but having the candle in front is what gives you the focus, so that maybe you're not thinking about all the other things or hearing a fake voice or things like that. So maybe just a different type of meditation.
I love that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Norma, I'm looking in the chat, and yes, candle meditation is amazing. Lots of wax all over the studio floor, so but it is amazing.
It makes sense though, because you look at a flame and it's just, oh, it's kind of mesmerizing, doing its thing, right? And I might have to look into that. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely, please do.
Is there anything anybody wants to say as we wrap up? Any last words?
Just thank you for guiding us through this. It makes a difference hearing it live versus like a recording, like Susan mentioned. So thank you for this.
Thank you for coming, Christine. Thank you.
I hope everybody didn't just hear my cat feeder in the background. It talks. But a big thank you to Phelicia Price for her time and expertise. That was a fabulous session. And that concludes this workshop, The Power Within, Cultivating Self-Awareness Through Yoga, Breathwork, and Reflection. Thank you to all of our attendees for joining us. We hope you found this workshop renewing. If you loved it, make sure you show your love. There are 2 links in the chat right now that you can use to vote for your favorite sessions of the day. We have one that is for the Clifford Blizzard Award for Passionate Care and Creative Excellence. And then we also have the UAGC Wellness Warrior Award. So please put in your 2 cents for what you enjoyed so that we will have a better idea for next year and so that we can also give awards out. Have a great day, everyone, and we'll see you.